once the first person steps in, we are all expected to stand and remain standing. It's a mark of respect. It is the glory of academics. Knowledge is finding its voice. Scholarship taking the center stage at the second inaugural lecture of the Bamidele Olumilua University of Education, Science and Technology, Ikere-Ekiti. BOS, wherever you are hearing us from, wherever you are watching us, please be reminded that you can join the live streaming on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/BOST. Again, BOST is an acronym of our university. It is spelled BOUESTI. We warmly welcome all the way from Ikere-Ekiti University, Mrs. Adeniyi. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. We also warmly welcome the representatives of the Ikere-Ekiti from Omuo. Thank you very much for coming. What's coming from the protocol team signals that the procession of the Senate is making its way into the inaugural lecture arena. Please, once the first person steps in, we are all expected to stand and remain standing as a mark of respect. And of course, when they take their seats, there will be a rendition of the national anthem and the university anthem in a quick succession for us to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, you are warmly welcome. If time permits, we will recognize more people. Ladies and gentlemen, well, collectively we welcome you because of our time. Please pardon us if you do not mention your name. Just please bear with us. In the course of the program, you will still be recognized. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the procession is here. Please stand and remain standing. On the procession we have deans of schools, provosts of colleges, as well as principal officers of the university. Right, Dean School of Multidisciplinary Studies, Dr. Hefti Obadare. Dean School of Humanities, Professor J.O. Familuba. Dean School of Social Science Education, Professor Hemo Olowe. Dean School of Science Education, Professor Ho.J. Olojo. Dean School of Life Sciences, Dr. Mutiat Olowe. Dean School of Physical Sciences, Dr. Tolulope Agbele. Dean School of Social Sciences, Professor F.O. Olumilua. Dean School of Management Sciences, Dr. J.O. Eniola. Dean School of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology, Dr. Ernest Daudu. Dean School of Vocational and Entrepreneurial Studies, Professor J.B. Ajayi. Dean School of Engineering Technology, Dr. T.S. Awoluyi. And Dean School of Environmental Technology, Professor at Provost College of Education, Professor Adebisi Awodu. Provost College of Science, Professor J.O. Falui. Provost College of Social and Management Sciences, Professor O.O. Orie. Provost College of Technology, Professor M.S. Akoni. And Provost College of Postgraduate Studies, Distinguished Professor Adekule Adegun. You also have the University Librarian, Dr. Ronke Adekumisi, University Bossa, Dr. Babatunde Akpata. Acting Registrar, Ms. Bimbo Alabi. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Professor J.O. Ekino. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Research, Professor Olu Aturamu. The inaugural lecturer is Professor E.T. Adu. And of course, the Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive, very distinguished Professor Olufemi Victor Adeolua. We welcome the representatives of the Vice Chancellor, Ikere State University, Professor Williams Adebayo. Thank you very much for coming, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Keep still where you are, remain standing for the rendition of the national anthem and the university anthem in quick succession. National anthem. University anthem. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in line with tradition, I now formally invite the acting registrar to to please set the ball rolling.
The Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic and Research, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, the Bossa, the University Librarian, the Inaugural Lecturer, Provost College of Postgraduate Studies, Provost of Colleges, Deputy Provost, College of Postgraduate Studies, Chairman Committee of Deans, Deans of Schools, Heads of Departments, distinguished professors here present, other members of the University Senate, heads of tertiary institutions here present, captains of industries, my lord spiritual and temporal, your royal majesties, family relations and friends of the inaugural lecturer, friends of the university, esteemed guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, at this second inaugural lecture, we are privileged to witness such a moment where knowledge meets vision. With due respect and honor, I now invite the Vice Chancellor of our great university, Professor Victor Adeoluwa, to introduce to us the distinguished academic whose wisdom shall be harvested this day. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir.
May I stand on the protocol as established by the acting registrar? Even while I welcome some of our distinguished guests, our royal fathers, you're welcome, sirs. Kade pẹ̀lú risa bàtà pẹ̀lẹ́sẹ̀. I want to welcome my colleague, the Vice Chancellor of Ikere State University, Professor Babatola Ayodele, ably represented here by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic. We call him Professor Wo Adebayo. You're welcome. I welcome all professors from other universities and all professors in this university. May I especially welcome the wife of the inaugural lecturer. You are welcome, ma'am. May God bless you. Mama Adu, please let me see Mama. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sáàrin wa, ma. Àgbáyé dalẹ̀ o. Nǹkan rere báyìí lójú yín á máa rí, ojú yín ò ní rí bí. Ẹ láyọ̀ lórí àwọn ọmọ yín. Títí. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ma. The inaugural lecturer of today, Professor Ebenezer Taiwo, was born on the 28th of February 1975 to the family of late Chief Michael Kayode Adu and Mrs. Aina Eunice Adu. He hails from Ikere-Ekiti, not far away from here. Chief Professor Adu completed his secondary education at Moro High School, Ikere-Ekiti, in 1990. He attended Federal College of Education, Kontagora, where he completed his Nigerian Certificate in Education in 1994. Professor Adu continued his education at the University of Ilorin, where he studied educational management and graduated in 1999. He earned the M.Ed in Educational Management in 2003 and the PhD in 2010 from the University of Ado-Ekiti. He started his academic career as an assistant lecturer at the defunct College of Education, Ikere-Ekiti, in 2004, and rose through the ranks to become a chief lecturer in 2019. He worked in different capacities as student liaison officer, assistant director of preliminary studies, assistant director of the degree programs, and acting head of department. Professor Adu was regraded to the post of senior lecturer when the defunct college transited to Bamidele Olumilua University of Education, Science and Technology, Ikere-Ekiti. He was promoted a professor in 2024. His research interest is in the economics of education. He has published 4 books, and 38 of his works have been published in reputable journals. Professor Adu has attended and presented papers in several local, national, and international conferences. Professor Adu is a full member of the Nigerian Association for Educational Administration and Planning, Nigerian Institute of Management, and the International Institute of Chartered Educational Practitioners. He has held numerous administrative positions within the university as Acting Director of Quality Assurance, Acting Dean of the School of Multidisciplinary Studies, and is presently the Director of Part-Time and Sandwich Programs. He has also served in various committees. Professor Adu is a committed member of the Anglican Communion. He served as the pioneer youth president of St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Ikere-Ekiti, member of Provincial Church Council, member of the Fountain of Joy Group of Jesus the Lord Anglican Church, Ado-Ekiti. He is the current state vice president of Anglican Christian Fellowship, Ekiti State Chapter, and the local organizing committee chairman of the just concluded National Convention of the Anglican Christian Fellowship. Professor Adu was a pioneer member of the board for the Omo Polytechnic, Ikere-Ekiti. He was appointed by the Ekiti State government as member of the Ekiti State Brain Trust Group in 2014. He's happily married to Mrs. Olarewaju Jenebosade Adu, who is here seated, and the marriage is blessed with promising children. May I seize this opportunity to welcome an alumnus of our university and the paramount ruler of our host community, His Royal Majesty, Oba Adejimi Adualagbado Ogoga of Ikere-Ekiti. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. May I therefore invite Professor Ebenezer Taiwo Adu to deliver his inaugural lecture.
Vice Chancellor, sir, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Research, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, the Registrar, the Bursar, the University Librarian, Provost College of Postgraduate Studies, Provost College of Education, Provost of other colleges, Chairman, Committee of Deans, Deans of other schools, Heads of departments, my lords, spiritual and temporal, the Royal Majesties, family members and friends, distinguished guests, friends of the university, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, great Nigerian students. It is with deep humility and profound thanks to the Almighty God that I stand before this gathering to deliver this inaugural lecture. I am grateful to the Vice Chancellor for this opportunity. It is a privilege to be part of this academic community and to contribute to the rich tradition of intellectual inquiry and excellence as I stand to deliver the second inaugural lecture of the university and the first in the College of Education, in the School of Multidisciplinary Studies, and the first in the Department of Education Foundations and Management. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, as I stand here today, I am reminded of the journey that brought me to this moment. My mother, a pillar of strength, faced significant challenges, including being forced out of her matrimonial home for 6 years with the consent of my father. Despite these obstacles, My father and I ensured I had access to quality education starting from primary school. This experience has shaped my perspective on the importance of education and driving my passion for improving our educational system. This personal experience has informed my research and commitment to creating inclusive and supportive learning environments. I believe every child deserves access to quality education, regardless of his or her background or circumstances. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to mention some of the good things God has done for me in this citadel of learning. I was employed as an assistant lecturer in 2004 in the defunct College of Education and rose to the position of chief lecturer in 2019. At that time, when you are the provost, I work in different capacities as student liaison officer, assistant director in the Directorate of Preliminary Studies, assistant director of the degree programs, and acting head of departments. I was regraded to senior lecturer, got promoted to associate professor, and became professor in 2024. A feat made possible by God through you, sir. When the College of Education eventually became a university in 2020, I have served as acting director of quality assurance, the first elected acting dean of the School of Multidisciplinary Studies, and presently the director of part-time and sandwich programs. I am grateful to God for the opportunity to deliver this inaugural lecture. He has given me the reason to sing a new song. I am grateful to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Victor Adeolua, who has graciously given me the privilege to deliver this second inaugural lecture of the university. My Vice Chancellor, sir, my dream of becoming a lecturer in the university propelled me to be running from one university to the other, seeking for academic jobs, especially after I bagged my PhD. All the universities I went to informed me that only if I could take the offer with less salary without inviting me for interview. Considering the financial challenges to sponsor my siblings' education, who were in various schools with my meager salary and my immediate family commitment, all these variables made me to accept my fate. Through divine grace of God and with the invaluable assistance of our SY Provost of the defunct College of Education, Ikere-Ekiti, Professor Victor Adeolua, I became a chief lecturer in 2019. The turning point came when the College of Education was pronounced as a university on the 16th October 2020. My joy was overwhelmed. I danced a joyful dance to an Ekiti traditional beat. The whole world saw it and appreciated it. However, with the College of Education community, the dance was tagged Ijo-Eleya, dance of disgrace. The Ijo-Eleya of that day has become a greater joy, peace, and even the celebration of today. To God be the glory. My Vice Chancellor, sir, the title of today's inaugural lecture is Fixing the Engine, not just the destination, aligning internal efficiency with the goals of effective schooling. Introduction. In the evolving landscape of educational reform, much of the attention is centered on outcomes, test performance, graduation rates, and international comparison. While these metrics provide valuable snapshots, they often obscure the deeper systemic issues within schools themselves. It is important to know that outcomes are the products of systems, yet too often we fixate on results without scrutinizing the internal operation that produce them. This presentation contains that effective schooling is not solely a question of where we are heading, but how we are structured to get there. The engine of education, it is organizational efficiency, leadership practices, instructional coherence, and resource utilization demand just as much scrutiny as the outcomes we aspire to achieve. Therefore, there is need for a critical examination of the often overlooked operational dimensions of schooling, proposing that sustainable improvement requires a recalibration of internal efficiency in service of educational equity, quality, and relevance. It is time we ask not just where schools are going, but how well equipped they are to get there. Concept of internal efficiency. Internal efficiency is the ability of a system to minimize costs, wastage, and ultimately increase output. Agile 2014 noted that internal efficiency is the essence to which time, effort, or costs are used to accomplish a goal. Ayodele 2000 defined internal efficiency as the extent to which the school system is able to produce the maximum output with the minimum input and reduce wastage in forms of dropout repetition within the system. Adu and Makide 2019 opined that efficiency is the relationship between the inputs and output of a process. Drosaro 1985 argued that the concept of efficiency in education refers to the capacity of the educational system to turn out its graduates with minimal wastage. Adu and Ajogbeje 2022 stated that an internal efficient educational system is one which turns out graduates without wasting any year. Efficiency as a means of achieving effective schooling. School effectiveness is important, but there is a need for improved internal efficiency. Hence, Adu 2019 provided insight into the importance of efficiency in driving positive school outcomes, which are as follows. 1. Resource utilization. Efficiency in education involves the optimal allocation and utilization of resources, including financial, human, and physical resources. Schools that efficiently manage these resources can provide students with the necessary tools, support, and learning opportunities to enhance their academic performance and overall outcomes. 2. Time management. Efficient time management practices in schools can positively impact student outcomes by maximizing instructional time, minimizing disruptions, and implementing well-structured schedules. Schools can create a conducive learning environment that supports student engagement, productivity, and achievement. Class size and teacher-student ratio. That is number 3. Adu and Makide 2020 asserted that maintaining appropriate class sizes and teacher-student ratios is essential for promoting efficiency in education. Smaller class size allows for more personalized attention, utilized instruction, and increased student participation, leading to improved learning outcomes and academic success. Number 4, curriculum design and delivery. Efficient curriculum design and delivery played a crucial role in shaping student outcomes. Schools that design coherent, relevant, and engaging curriculum aligned with educational standards and student needs can enhance learning effectiveness, promote subject mastery, and boost student performance. 5. Technology integration. Leveraging technology can enhance educational efficiency and student learning outcomes by incorporating digital tools, online resources, and interactive learning platforms into the classroom. Schools can facilitate personalized learning experiences, foster digital literacy, and empower students to acquire 21st century skills essential for success. 6. Data-driven instruction. Efficient data-driven instruction involves the use of student data and assessment results to tailor instruction, monitor progress, and provide targeted interventions. By analyzing data on student performance, identify areas of improvement, and adjust teaching strategies accordingly, schools can optimize learning outcomes and support student growth. 7. Professional development and teacher training. Investing in teacher professional development and training programs is crucial for improving educational efficiency and student learning outcomes. By equipping educators with the necessary knowledge, skills, and resources to excel in their roles, schools can enhance teaching quality, instructional effectiveness, and ultimately student success. Measurement of internal efficiency in the school system. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, to measure internal efficiency of educational system, One has to determine the inputs into the process, the output produced with such educational inputs, and the ratios between the educational inputs and outputs. ADU 2010. These can be represented mathematically thus: educational output at a particular time all over input at that particular time. In some situations, policymakers may be more interested in assessing the efficiency level of some inputs utilized in the education process. For instance, it is possible to assess the contribution of labor, that is teacher or capital, that is building, to the output produced. When measuring the level of efficiency of the educational system, Ikere-Ekiti 1982 stated that the measurement of efficiency of the school system involves such questions as: what are the outputs from education and what are the inputs into education? The outputs in the educational system are graduated students. It can also be measured with the use of cohort analysis of the educational system. ADU and Ajogbede 2022. Worked on measurement of internal efficiency in the school system with special focus on colleges of education in Nigeria. It was revealed that the norms of the colleges of education concerning successful and unsuccessful students is mathematically stated as y is equal to 3 plus x, where y is the number of years and x ranging from 0 to 2. X is the extra academic years spent in the college. When S is equal to 0, then Y is equal to 3 academic years, which is normal years spent in the school to obtain the NC certificate. But when S is equal to 1, that means Y is equal to 4 academic years. When S is equal to 2, that means the student spends maximum 5 academic years, that is 2 extra years, due to repetition of some courses, ill health, suspension, or any other issues. When X is greater than 2 academic years, that means the students fail out. Types of efficiency. There are 2 types of efficiency. They are external efficiency and internal efficiency. The external efficiency refers to the extent to which education takes care of the broad social, economic, and political goals of the community, which cannot be easily mentioned. This is because it deals with quality and cannot be quantified. Internal efficiency measures the extent to which resources allocated to education are being used to achieve the objectives. It is the ability to minimize costs and reduce wastage due to repetition and dropout. It is therefore rational to view internal efficiency as the corresponding measure used to create relationship between inputs and output, that is achievement. It is therefore necessary to have cost effectiveness through both economic assessment to measure the cost of inputs and pedagogical assessment of the learning achievement. Cole and Hallard 1989 submitted that these improvements fall into 3 categories according to the degree of the change required in the present system. They are by changing the amounts, quality, and proportions of inputs, by using present inputs more intensively without basically altering the existing structure and technology. This could be done by increasing the quality of the teachers, enriching the instructional materials per pupils, or making use of the building and equipment. 2. Modify the system basic design by introducing distinctly new components and technologies like introducing team teaching, the use of closed projector, laboratory projector, program self-instructional materials, and 3, improving efficiency through designing a new teaching learning system that differs radically from the conventional one. For example, creating a distance learning system involving correspondence and self-instructional materials exercise, and single do-it-yourself laboratory kits. Concept of effectiveness. What is effectiveness? Effectiveness is the ability of producing desired result. Aminulai, Ajayi, and ADU 2024 opinion that workers' effectiveness is the competency of personnel to yield a desired result in the superlative potential way. It is the ability to attain established goals. Adamu and ADU 2015 revealed that the value of a sound educational policy lies in its effective implementation. Hence, the quest to improve teaching and learning has become center stage issue in education. ADU 2016 opined that the increasing awareness of the importance of education to the implement of the individual and societal standard has awakened in people and nations a conscious effort to devoting their meager resources to acquiring qualitative education. This is because education is adopted as an instrument for effective national development and growth, so as to produce citizens that are dynamic both in thought and deeds, self-sufficient, effective, united, and show civic responsibility. FGN 2004. Measuring effectiveness. Measuring effectiveness involves assessing the extent to which a particular intervention, strategy, and initiative achieves its objective. While measuring effectiveness of education, the following approaches as recorded by Adu, Oyeleye, and Olumilua 2025 must be taken into consideration. 1. Key performance indicators, KPIs. Establishing clear measuring KPIs can help authorities track progress and evaluate effectiveness. 2. Data-driven decision-making. Using data and evidence to inform decisions can ensure the authorities are allocating resources efficiently and effectively. And 3. Stakeholders' feedback. Soliciting feedback from stakeholders, including citizens, customers, and partners, can provide valuable insights into the effectiveness of authorities' actions and decisions. By focusing on these aspects, authorities can enhance their effectiveness, achieve their goals, and deliver value to their stakeholders. Factors influencing effectiveness. Achieving effectiveness is a multifaceted pursuit, influenced by an intricate array of factors. While setting clear goals and objectives is essential, it is equally important to consider the broader context in which they are pursued. Various elements can either enhance or hinder effectiveness, and understanding these factors is crucial for optimizing performance. The factors include, but not limited to: 1. Leadership, 2. Strategy, 3. Collaboration, 4. Innovation, 5. Feedback and evaluation. By contribution to knowledge. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, at this point, one needs to realize that educational manager always tries to ensure that efforts are made to use minimal resources to achieve maximum goals. Hence, most of my research activities are based on efficiency and effectiveness. These are summarized as follows. Efficiency of education. Education is regarded as an investment into which resources are expended by the individual and the government. ADU 2010. Investment is justified when the gains are greater than those derivable from the alternative investment. Adeyemi and ADU 2012. Research on teachers' quality and internal efficiency of primary schools in Ekiti State. The results revealed that teacher quality was a crucial variable in the internal efficiency of primary school. ADU 2010 investigated school-based variables and internal efficiency of colleges of education in Nigeria. The study revealed that there was high rate of wastage. It was also revealed that 80% of students admitted in 2004 graduated in 2006 after normal 3 years, while a total of 22% graduated after spending maximum of 5 years. ADU 2019 also investigated on analysis of internal efficiency of the colleges. The results show that progression rate, stagnation rate, and dropout rate were high. Performance in educational system. Performance refers to the accomplishment of tasks, goals, objectives within a specific time frame. It encompasses the output, quality, and quality of work produced. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, the purpose of having schools ranging from socialization, preparation for future careers to community and societal benefits. Hence, there is need to ensure that the outputs meet up with those objectives. In order to achieve this, the performances of the leaders, teachers, and students in schools should not be overlooked. That might be the reason why Adeyemi and Adu 2010 revealed that job satisfaction was a function of head teachers' leadership style in primary schools. The earlier report of Ayodele and Adu 2006 revealed that there was a significant relationship between job satisfaction and job performance, which shows that when teachers are satisfied, they will put in their best in teaching the students, and there will be a better output. Adu 2019 investigated environmental factors as a correlate of job satisfaction of academic staff. Results show that there was a significant relationship between selected variables and job performance of teachers. Adu 2024 investigated selected factors of teacher experience as correlates of primary school pupils' performance in Ekiti State. The results show that there was a relationship between all factors of teaching experience and academic performance of pupils. Adu 2024 also research on teacher proficiency as correlate of secondary school student performance in Ekiti State. The findings show that all the variables of teacher proficiency have relationship with the students' academic performance. In addition, Adu, Adesua, and Bamidele 2014 carried out research on principals' performance in supervision in the use of resources in senior secondary schools. It was found that there was a significant relationship between availability of instructional materials and principal role in instructional supervision. In another dimension, Adu, Oshatimen, and Showumi 2030 worked on evaluation of teaching practice performance among regular and sandwich students in Ekiti State. The report revealed that sandwich teaching practice students perform better than regular teaching practice students. Makinde and Adu's 2030 study on teachers transfer and academic performance of secondary school students and the need for counseling concluded that there was a significant relationship between teacher transfer and academic performance of students in secondary schools, and that there was a significant relationship between student performance and adaptability of students through counseling services. The National Examinations Council result from 2020 to 2024 demonstrates setback in Nigeria's education sector as indicated in Table 1. The significant decline in the percentages between 2020 and 2024 highlights the need for continuous monitoring and targeted interventions to save the situation. The decline may point to systemic issues that need to be addressed, such as overcrowded classrooms, insufficient teaching resources, or broader socio-economic challenges as identified by Enola Aribe and Adu 2025 that the teacher-pupil ratio in primary schools in southwest Nigeria was high. Effectiveness in educational system. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, effectiveness mentions how well an organizational process or individual achieves its intended objectives and outcomes. It focuses on the degree to which goals are met, regardless of the resources used. Adu and Oshatime in 2012 carried out research on comparisons of work habit effectiveness of private and public primary school teachers in Ekiti State. The results showed that teachers in private schools were more effective than teachers in public primary schools. Adamu and Adu 2050 carried out a research on teacher effectiveness issues in Ekiti State. The result revealed that the relative contribution made by teacher variables to teacher effectiveness. The findings: isolated classroom management had the highest contributor to teacher effectiveness, followed by teacher qualification. The facts suggest that effective teachers are those that present their lesson diligently to well-managed groups of students and those that possess the right qualifications. Also in Adu and Adeaja 2015, it was revealed that teacher variables contributed to the level of teacher effectiveness, which eventually have impact on educational attainment of their learners. Adu 2016 carried out a study on students' outcome and student factors of as determinants of secondary school effectiveness in Ekiti State. It was concluded that there was a significant relationship between student academic outcome and school effectiveness, and there were correlations between teacher proficiency, school goal, government policy, student behavior, and teacher effectiveness. However, variance in government policy and school tone contributed negatively to the school effectiveness. ADU and ADU 2019 studying on professional skills as correlates of teacher effectiveness in secondary schools and realized that there were relative contributions of predictor variables to teacher effectiveness. ADU 2023 examined relationship between class size and effective teaching and learning in Ondo State secondary schools. It was reported that there was low effective teaching and learning. The class size was high, and that there was a significant relationship between class size and effective teaching and learning between class size and effective teaching and learning. In the research of Olumilua Ajayi and ADU 2024, a language proficiency and readiness as correlates of administrative workers' effectiveness. It was concluded that there was a relationship between language proficiency and administrative workers' effectiveness. There was also a relationship between each of the variables of language proficiency and workers' readiness. This implies that workers that have good use of language tenses had the highest rates. Therefore, any teacher that could not have high potential of any of the variables of language proficiency will not be ready to work with, which will lead to ineffectiveness. School physical facilities. School facilities are the material resources that facilitate effective teaching and learning in the school. The importance of the provision of the school buildings in educational system cannot be overemphasized. Good buildings are required within the school system in the achievement of educational goals. Apart from protecting pupils from the sun, the rain, heat, and so on, Adigun, Adu, and Akinola 2005 opined that the classroom should be properly lighted, ventilated, and furnished with suitable desks and seats. Adeyemi and ADU 2010 examined enrollment analysis and availability of physical facility for the universal basic education program in Ekiti State. It was revealed that the provision of physical facility did not match the enrollment growth rate of pupils in primary and junior secondary schools in the state. Educational wastage. Wastage occurs when an investment does not produce either its desired or anticipated result as a scale considerably lower than it has set for itself. That is ADU and Adigun 2021. Wastage in the educational system refers to the inefficient use of resources leading to loss of potential benefits. By addressing these issues, we can reduce wastage in the educational system and provide students with a high quality education that prepares them for success. Adamun and ADU 2014 held the belief that wastage within the school system includes loss of invested money on education, since the same money will have been used to develop other sectors of the economy. ADU 2024 reported that this occurred in Nigeria after the introduction of universal primary education, in which primary education was made free and compulsory for the school age. But years after, most of the graduates could not further their education due to removal of free education. Another form of wastage is the children already in the school system, leaving it before the successful completion of any particular circle in which they are enrolled for. This might be willingly or by force. ADU 2010 called the situation by which those who leave school voluntarily and those who are forced to leave because of poor grades or for disciplinary reasons drop out. This phenomenon leads to a loss of talents to the country and underutilization of facilities and resources allocated to education. Cost benefits of education. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, Adu and Ajayi 2021 research on cost benefits analysis of PhD education in Nigeria. It will reveal that education is an investment into which resources are expended by the individual and the government. Investment is the undertaking of any commitment which involves an initial sacrifice followed by subsequent benefits. Adu 2022 research on cost benefit approach of education as a means of achieving sustainable development. It was concluded that since investment is justified when the gains are greater than those derivable from the alternative investment, the gains to be achieved from ignorance cannot be equated with that of education. Demand and supply of teachers. Adu and Ajayi 2023 research on demand and supply of teachers in Ekiti State. Evidences from the study led the researchers to conclude that the demand for qualified teachers was higher than the number available. Also, Adu and Abegude's 2023 report indicated that the growth rate in teachers' enrollment was fluctuating in nature as well as that of pupils. The reason was as a result of inadequate funds. Also, Enolaribe and Adu 2025 carried out research on demand and supply of teachers in primary schools in southwest Nigeria. It was revealed that there was shortage of teachers in Ondo, Osun, and Oyo State. The claim was as a result of yearly low budgetary allocation to education. This is a reflection of importance of expedition in education. The importance of expedition in educational planning and finance is highly contestable since planning involves some form of expedition analysis. It becomes a constant issue that Nigeria budgeting allocation is always far below as seen in table 2. UNESCO recommends that developing countries like Nigeria should allocate 15% to 20% of the annual budget to education, Primer and Paul 1981. However, Nigeria's actual budgetary allocation to education has fallen short of this benchmark, judging from the protracted underfunding of education, which is crystal clear in table 2. Fixing the engine, not just the destination. This statement emphasizes the importance of focusing on internal processes, that is efficiency, rather than just outcomes, that is effectiveness. It is my view that it is not just what we achieve that is important, but strengthening efficiency at the engine of school effectiveness. Hence, this is achieved by ensuring that these 3 steps are taken. 1. Process optimization. This is streamlining internal processes to reduce wastage, enhance productivity, and improve quality. 2. Resource allocation. We ensure that resources, that is time, money, talent, are utilized effectively to achieve goals. 3. Continuous improvement. By making sure of regularly assessing and refining internal processes to adapt to changing circumstances. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, where there is efficiency in the system, it becomes result-oriented. We also prioritize our end results, such as meeting targets or delivering products and services. In essence, fixing the engine means building a strong foundation for success, while destination represents the ultimate goals. By focusing on both internal efficiency and effectiveness, organizations can achieve sustainable success. Conclusion. In conclusion, focusing on internal efficiency, that is fixing the engine, is crucial for achieving sustainable success. By optimizing processes, allocating resources effectively, and driving continuous improvement, organizations can enhance productivity, reduce wastage, improve quality, and achieve long-term sustainability. Recommendations. My Vice Chancellor, sir, by prioritizing internal efficiency alongside effectiveness, Organizations can ensure they are not just reaching their destinations, but also maintaining a strong foundation for future success. I would like to make the following recommendations. 1. Administrative efficiency. There is a need to streamline communication in the schools. Implementing a centralized communication system to reduce email disorder and ensuring timely information dissemination, which will make the school to be more effective. In addition, there is a need to automate tasks such as attendance tracking, grading, and report card generation. 2. Planning. There should be adequate planning to ensure provision of physical facilities, which are necessary ingredients for the universal basic education in our states. This could be done through the joint venture of the State Ministry of Education and the State Universal Basic Education Board. The state government should ensure full implementation of UB program by ensuring adequate provision of physical facilities to cater for the increasing number of students. 3. Developing public-private partnership to finance education. The need to make education efficient and effective is a must in our society. Most of the students dropped out because of lack of funds. This is to allow more people to benefit. There is need for both the public and private sectors to finance education in order to reduce the rate of wastage, at the same time increase the internal efficiency in education. 4. Creating a conducive teaching and learning environment. The effectiveness of the teachers can be realized through motivation by regular payments of salary emoluments and other welfare packages to make them obtain job satisfaction and increase in productivity with the elimination of strike actions, absenteeism, and exodus of academic staff for other jobs. 5. Teacher support and development. There is need to provide professional development opportunities for school teachers by offering regular training and workshops to enhance teachers' skills and knowledge. Peer monitoring and coaching through establishing a peer monitoring program to support new teachers and foster collaboration. There is need to give room for in-service programs so that teachers can update their knowledge. Also, there is need to ensure that teacher overload is reduced. Monitoring and managing teacher workload will prevent burnout and ensure a healthy work-life balance. 6. Student support services. The introduction of some programs like counseling and guidance services will help to support student academic and personal well-being. There is need to foster regular communication between parents, teachers to ensure students receive consistent support. 7. Regular inspection and supervision of instruction by regulatory body. This should always be undertaken to improve the quality of instruction and reduce wastage. Some of the high institutions look for the means of increasing internally generated revenue. They admit large number of students, which lead to high teacher-pupil ratio. At the end, there is no quality of output. To reduce such wastage, the regulatory bodies like Ministry of Education, National Commission for Colleges of Education, NABTEP, and NUC must put in their efforts. 8. A well-defined academic calendar. In a situation by which there is no stable academic calendar, there will be high rate of wastage and there is no effective arrangement of content. 9. Creating job opportunity for school leavers. 10. Enlightenment of parents. To reduce wastage in education, there is a need for enlightenment of parents to realize the need to avoid cheating during examinations. Those that are admitted based on merit will be able to graduate as and where due. Acknowledgements. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to use this valuable opportunity to appreciate those that have contributed to my success in life. But before that, I give thanks to Almighty God who directed me to this noble profession, teaching. He has given me grace to be alive and piloted me from my primary school days to today. As I stand before you today, I am reminded of the sacrifices my late father, Chief Michael Kayode Adu, made for me and my siblings. Though due to his limited knowledge, his mission was to have a child who would become a technical school certificate holder. He sold most of his belongings to ensure that none of his children was deprived of Western education. Before he died on the 25th of May 2012, the list of his 12 children was a degree holder. His unwavering support and encouragement inspired me to pursue my dreams, even when the journey seemed impossible. I hope that my accomplishment will have made him proud, and I will continue to strive for excellence in his honor. I appreciate the efforts of my mother, Mrs. Eunice Aino Adu, who is here today. She worked to complement my father's efforts. We saw her as a street mother who always ensured that myself and my brother, whom they thought was my twin brother, got to school at appropriate time. She believed that students that are outside the school gate during school hours will not have cause to smile in future. I thank my Vice Chancellor, Professor Olufemi Victor Adeolua, for giving me the opportunity to deliver this lecture and providing a platform to share my research and ideas. I appreciate your effort for your unwavering support and guidance throughout this process. I acknowledge the contributions of other members of management team for their show of love and understanding and support for my career development. They are Professor Oluyede Aturamu, DVC Academic and Research, Professor J.O. Ekinon, DVC Development, the Registrar, Mrs. Adedika Adeosi, whose dedication to administrative excellence has ensured the smooth operation of our university, the Bursar, Mr. B.A. Apata, whose financial expertise has helped the system, the Librarian, Dr. Mrs. R.S. Adekumisi, whose services have helped research and academic endeavors of our university community. My Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to acknowledge the contribution of the provosts of colleges in the university. First and foremost, the Provost, College of Postgraduate Studies, Professor J. Adegu Babadugu. His fatherly role in my life and even the entire homegrown professors have made today a reality. His role shows the essence of the proverbial statement that the Lord disciplines those he loves. As a father, the sons he delights in. Today's celebration is as a result of his efforts and the leadership role he played in helping us. Also, Professor A.O. Awodu, my own Provost, College of Education. Professor J.O. Faluyi, College of Science, Professor M.S. Akoni, College of Technology, and Professor O.J. Orije, College of Social and Management Sciences. Other senior professors, Professor L.B. Kolawole, Professor Kunle Olontegbe, Professor E.B. Kolawole, Professor J.O. Aribisala, Professor Olushola Eleka, Professor B. Yinka Ogunlade, and Professor E. Y. Aderibigbe and others. Your contributions are highly appreciated. Also, the efforts of the acting dean, School of Multidisciplinary Studies, Dr. F.T. Obadare, and other deans in the colleges. Your efforts are appreciated. My appreciation goes to my alma maters and the Alumni Association. They are St. Andrew's Anglican Primary School alumni, OCHS Progressive Set, and University of Ilorin alumni, Ekiti State Chapter. Also, I appreciate members of Odolo Compound, led by Chief Olumilua, the Ajibuas, and Olon Tokes, my paternal and maternal families are appreciated. I wish to appreciate my colleagues that are promoted as indigenous professor, indigenous pioneer professors of the university, most especially Professor Ibitola Makinde, Joseph Adogbeje, FE, and others. And my whole brother and his wife, Professor and Mrs. M.O. Ibitoye. I am grateful to my colleagues in the School of Multidisciplinary Studies, most especially my friend, Professor Oyedeku Samuel Ajayi, together with whom circumstances brought us together. Our hard work and dedication to the defunct College of Educational Duties have made us who we are today. Others are Dr. Kole Faloye, Dr. C.A.C. Oloye, Dr. S.D. Alonge. I appreciate the mutual understanding of my colleagues in the Department of Educational Foundations and Management, led by our resourceful head of the department, that former head of the department, Dr. F.A. Bello, and our present coordinator, Mrs. Dr. Yetude Nolaribe. Others are my former dean, Dr. J.O. Adeleye, Dr. Ike Idowu, Dr. B.O. Yeleye, Dr. G.O. Dairo, Mr. J.O. Oribuloye, Dr. O.I. Bamikole, Mr. O.A.O. Orimolade, Mrs. Taiwo Ibidapo, and Mrs. Oluwayinka Oshekita. Understanding ourselves demonstrates that we are fulfilling our purpose. I appreciate their encouragement, feedback, collaboration, cooperation, and working relationship. Special appreciation to my students in the College of Education and Department of Educational Foundations and Management. I love you all. I also appreciate efforts of members of ceremony committee led by Professor Ibitola Makinde. I appreciate my teachers at primary and secondary school, as well as at the Federal College of Education, Kotangura, Niger State, for drenching my academic life. I sincerely appreciate all my lecturers at the undergraduate level at the University of Ilorin for giving me good foundations. They are Professor Shego Gusaju and others. And my project supervisor, Professor Adijat Alabi. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I sincerely appreciate my lecturer at the master's and PhD levels in the University of Ikere-Ekiti, UNAD. They are Professor M.F. Alonge, Professor J. Akitutire, Professor E.B. Kolawole, Professor Afolabi Popola, Professor Akin Ogulade, Professor A.O. Adigu, and others. And late Dr. Timothy Ikudaisi, who later employed me when he became the provost of the defunct College of Education, Ikere-Ekiti. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my PhD supervisor, late Professor T.O. Adeyemi, who selflessly devoted his valuable time to guide me throughout my research journey. His influence had a profound impact on my research interests and has motivated me to pursue excellence in my field. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the current Vice Chancellor of Ekiti State University, Professor J.B. Ayodele, for his exceptional support, guidance, and willingness to facilitate my research effort at master's level. He opened my eyes to the ways of life in the field of education. His human relationship has helped me to reciprocate such with my students. My deepest gratitude goes to my lecturer, Professor I.A. Ajayi, who is here today, whose guidance, mentorship, please, my God, stand. Professor Ajayi, please, I want you to stand up, please. Whose guidance, mentorship, and unwavering support, please be seated, sir. I have been instrumental in shaping my academic and professional journey. Thank you for being an exceptional educator, mentor, and role model. Your legacy extends far beyond the classroom, and I am honored to have the privilege of being your student. I thank Professor B.K. Oyewole for his brotherly care for me and for taking time to read through the manuscript. His contribution is measurable, as he has been a great source of inspiration to me. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to acknowledge the entire staff and students of National Teachers Institute, Kaduna, Ikere-Ekiti Study Center, where I serve as facilitator for both undergraduate and postgraduate programs since 2007 to date. Since 2007. My relationship with them have really added to my career development. I must acknowledge my senior brother who brought me to NTI, Dr. James Adeajayi, for his love and understanding. To the royal fathers, I am deeply honored to acknowledge the presence of our royal fathers who embody the rich cultural heritage and traditions of our great nation. They are His Royal Majesty, the Okimbaloye II, the Olomo of Omo Kingdom, Ọba Noah Adejuwon Ọmọnìgbẹ̀yìn, the Ogoga of Ikere Kingdom, Ọba Adejimi Adualagbado, Ọba Fagbemi, the Elekota of Kota, and Ọba Otitoju, the Olomoke of Omoke. I acknowledge the significant role you play in promoting peace, unity, and development in our communities. I thank you for your selfless service, leadership, and dedication to our communities. Your contributions are invaluable. I am grateful for your presence here today. I would like to extend my gratitude to my wonderful in-laws, Mr. Abosede Joseph, Channel 5, and Mrs. Fumilayo Fumilola, the mother of my wife, and Honorable Olumilua Remi of Asegba, Ekiti, who welcomed me into their family with open arms. Your love, support, and guidance have meant the world to me. The mutual relationship with the residents of Ogolua community, Ado-Ekiti, is appreciated. I wish to appreciate my leaders in the Default College of Education, which include Dr. Bola Adamu, Dr. Dio, Mr. Dio Arotiba, J.O. Faloye, and late Dr. Emo Oladuni for your mentorship. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our spiritual fathers, those that are here and those that are not present, whose guidance and wisdom have been a source of strength and inspiration to me. I express my heartfelt thanks for your roles in shaping our spiritual journey. You are beacons of hope and faith in our community, and your dedication and guidance have been a tremendous blessing to us. The family friendship with Pastor and Mrs. Bodunde Israel is appreciated. My Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to acknowledge the vicar and members of my home church, St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Iludafe Omo-Ekiti, Reverend and Mrs. Abidakun, and vicar and members of Jesus the Lord Anglican Church, Ado-Ekiti, Reverend and Mrs. Adibusoye Adesola. Also the leaders and members of Forte of Joy, and members and men of grace, and the entire members of Anglican Christian Fellowship at both national and state levels for their unwavering prayers, encouragement, and support. Your presence here today is a testament to the power of faith and community. I am honored to share this achievement with Her Excellency, the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanji, and Professor Ekudayo Astro, who have been invaluable source of inspiration to me during and after our PhD programs. At this junction, I need to appreciate my senior brother from another parent, late Dr. J.A. Olanipekun of Exu and Agabola Dynasty, Ikere-Ekiti. He could have been a professor now, but death visited him when no one wanted. I would like to take a moment to remember my late uncles, Mr. Eso Adu, Mr. Joseph Abiodun Adu, I Chief Sunday Olonitoke, the then Odofe of Omo Kingdom. Their wives are here. They join hands in upgrading me to achieve success today. They play profound roles in shaping my life and career. I would like to extend my deepest respect and gratitude to the following distinguished leaders whose wisdom, experience, and achievements serve. Thank you. And achievements serve as a shining example to me when they were alive. Late Chief Dino Adesua and Chief Joshua Olushi Olukoto of Omo Kingdom for their contributions to my life during my difficult period. The contributions of Chief Apalara Wole Adewumi, Professor and Mrs. Akialonge, and Mr. Elijah Ilesomi, aka Koko Igi, are worthy of mentioning. The contributions of Honorable Biodun Olujimi and Honorable Femi Bamidele are highly appreciated. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to my dear friends and their wives, which include Arabambi, that is Akinadeye, Pastors Esawe Shola Joseph, Slow Motion, Prince Adetuji Ojo Cycle, the Skido, Mr. Sheson Femi Damola Dirigaga, Barrister Segun Ojo, aka Oshele, and Gbenga Ajayi, Honorable Idowo Kayode. My journey with Ayo Bitoye, Dr. Ayo Bitoye and Pastor Dr. Oweye Nicholas are noted. The relationship with my friends at College of Education are appreciated. I acknowledge the relationship that exists between me and my colleagues at University of Ilorin. I would like to take a moment to remember my late friend, Pastor Isaac Olusoya Adesina, who left an indelible mark in my life. I am forever grateful for the time we shared together in the university. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Professor Gbenga Gabriel Jegede, whose mentorship and guidance have been instrumental in my academic journey. The day 28th of December 1999, you came to my house to command me to go and collect master's degree form is forever in my memory. The efforts of my uncles and their wives, Professor and Mrs. Lawrence Bankole, Dr. Mr. and Mrs. Gabriel Olushola Olontoke, Professor and Mrs. Adebayo Albert, and Mr. and Mrs. Dele Bankole, Mr. and Mrs. Okweyemi Adeojo, Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence Ogudana, appreciated. I remember my journey to University of Ilorin and working together in the local government with my senior sister, Mrs. Janet Olufunke Ajibola, who is today a permanent secretary in Ekiti State. I thank you for your prayers and advice. I am grateful to my cousin, Adu Wisin, Kisley Adu, Akishola Adu, Dele Olontoke, Sunday Ajayi, Babatunde Ajayi. You are more than cousin to me. To my amazing siblings and their families, Mr. and Mrs. Ayodele Yemisi, Mr. and Mrs. Martins Adu, Mr. and Mrs. Idowu Thaddeus Adu, Mr. and Mrs. Israel Olonfemi Adu, Mr. and Mrs. Alfred Adeye, Mr. and Mrs. Olayinka Adu, Mr. and Mrs. Olabode Adewumi, Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Adu, Olabode Matthew Adu, Stella Adu. I thank you for being my rock. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge my stepmother, late Mrs. Fentola Adu, who played a nurturing role in my life, in my early life, as selflessness, particularly in breastfeeding me, left an indelible mark on my life. Though I don't have memories of her, I was told of her devotion, and I am grateful for the foundation she made. Calling my mother Iyejiti today is as a result of her intimacy with me. She was the one I knew and called Mami during my childhood stage. Also, the contribution of my second stepmother, Mrs. Olushola Adu, Mama Femi, is appreciated. As I stand before you today, I would like to acknowledge the profound impact of my late twin sister, Mrs. Esther Kehinde Adeyanju, has had on my life and academic journey. Her children, Mr. and Mrs. Seun Adeoye, Mrs. Sarah Adeleye and his husband, Roland Adeleye, Ayomikwo and Silas, are surely under the care of God, which serves as my comforter. To my wonderful children and those that are under my care. Olúwatúnmiṣe, Olúwadúyìlémi, Olúwagbémiga, Bólúwají, Ìyìnmóòtán, Ayọ̀míkọ̀sí, Ẹnọlá, Tèmilolúwa, Olúwadárasími. You have been my constant source of joy and inspiration. I thank you for your unconditional love and support. I promise to continue making you proud. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to share this moment with my loving and prayerful wife, Mrs. Janet Olarewaju Bosede-Adu, who has been my rock and inspiration. I will not be standing here today without the prayers, love, and support from her. I am grateful to have her by my side, supporting me in every step of the way. I offer my heartfelt thanks for her patience. I wish to appreciate everybody here present. Finally, I return all glory and honor to His Majesty, the Almighty God, for His mercies over me. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending or patiently listening.
Mission accomplished, say fini. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please all guests of Professor Ikere-Ekiti are to converge at the university cafeteria for the reception. All members of Senate and all the high-level, high-ranking officers of the university are to go to the Senate building. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing where you are for the rendition of the university anthem and the national anthem in quick succession. After which